Hello, welcome to Spy Money. Let's talk about risk management. Without risk management, you are going to blow up accounts. You're going to lose all your money. You're going to hawk your house thinking you can do it again and lose that money. And before you know it, you're completely in debt like a gambler. And without risk management, that is exactly what you are, is a gambler. And no one wants to gamble their money away or nothing. Even gamblers think that, the next trade, so to speak, they're going to be able to get more. So if you've lost money and you're down, say your $500 goal, and you're down $500, well, then you want to come over here and you want to change this to $800 to give yourself some cushion. So when you come in here and change this to $800, then all of a sudden you're going to double down so that you can make more money only to lose $800. And that's the whole problem with people is they're gamblers, they're not traders. And what I do is I try to teach you how to be a trader. Take your profits. Don't worry about if it's $20 or $2,000. It don't matter. You trade the chart and that's all you trade. You just trade that chart. So here's what I would do is this is an indicator that you can go into here and you just scroll down and right here it is. So when you double click on this, that will open up this account manager, and then you can check whatever check marks that you want to show on there. This is, for me, this is all that needs to be on there. Okay. So by having this on there, you're going to have your account, so you know which one account you're trading. This will show your unrealized profits as far as what is in the trade now, which you really don't need in here. You're going to have your realized profits that you made, and then you're going to have your daily goal. So once you hit that daily goal, it will shut that account off. And then you also have a daily stop loss. This daily stop loss is the most important thing you'll have. This profit daily goal don't matter to me. Because as long as you have a trailing drawdown, like Apex has, you don't necessarily have to stop at $1,000 or whatever. So what I would do is I would just go ahead and scroll this up to say, 4,000 or 5,000 or whatever you want. So let's just put on 5,000 for numbers. So you go ahead and once you hover over this, you can use your mouse scroll button to scroll down and change these to 5,000. Once you get all these set up, and you can also do it this way, if you come in, you can change this, let's see here, daily goal, you can change this to 5,000, and then you hit apply, and let's see here, hold on a second here. You hit apply, and then it would automatically go ahead and put in your 5,000. Actually, it didn't do that. It should. Hang on a second here. You try something. It should put in well, I'm gonna have to fix that. For some reason, it don't do that. I've never tried that, to be honest. Okay, so I'll have to fix that. If you change the settings to 5,000, it should change all of these to 5,000. It changed these up here, but not these for some reason. I don't know why. I'll fix that. And then what you want to do is put your daily stop. You don't want to change this much around. You just want to figure out what your risk is that you're willing to risk for that day. If it's $500, if you're trading like one ES contract, I would not have any more than $500. That's going to give you, probably probably 8 to 10 losing trades, which is too much. But that's going to give you a lot of cushion. $500 is not much money to lose in your trading, and this is going to be per contract. So if you don't want to lose more than $250, which is going to give you 3 to 5 bad trades, That's probably about where you want to be on ES is 250. So if you're going to trade, 10 contracts, you'd want this to be at 2,500 because it matters on the contracts. You have to multiply it to that. If you do your trailing stop as you make money, let's just say that you have this trade here. And let's say we're talking about ES, so let's go to ES. Let's say that you had a rocket ship take off, like this one here. If this took off all the way up and then immediately started pulling back, if it pulled back more than $250 off the top, then that account manager will shut off. It will just take you out of the trade and you're done. If you try to enter a trade again, it will enter the trade and immediately take you out of the trade. That's what it will do. And I can't stop it from doing that because if I could, I'd like to stop it. So let's say you have 20 accounts open and only 5 of them hit the trailing drawdown, but the rest of them keep on going. And next time you hit enter, it will enter a trade on all of them, but it will immediately stop you out on those 5. And it will cost you, it may lose a little bit of money, it may make a little money. So once you do this, you want to make sure that you go in and take those out of your trade copier. NinjaTrader will not allow it to where if you hit your max limit for it to take you out, it just won't do it. Actually, I tell you what, if you hit your trailing stop, it won't let it go in the trade. Let me rephrase that. If you hit your trailing stop, it will not enter the trade anymore, period. If you hit your limit, your profit limit, it will let you make the next trade, but it will end up costing you a few points sometimes. So once you hit your profit target, then you don't want to trade anymore. So what I would do, again, is I would make this at a high number because if you get a big old rip, let's just say that it just took off and went up through here, you wouldn't want it to kick you out at $1,000 profit. You would want it to just let it keep on going and work off of the trailing stop. If you have like a high volatility come in there. Okay, Tyre. So if you have that big volatility push, the trailing stop will take you out, but you don't want a profit target to take you out because if you're trading good, the last thing you want is for this to stop you out of a trade and cost you a potential $500 or $1,000 profit. You don't want to do that. So make sure these are high. So this is the most important part is your daily trailing stop. This is your biggest risk management tool that you have. And all you have to do is just load it on your chart. Once you load it on a chart, it's off by itself. You can minimize this if you want. You don't even have to leave it up there. So if you want to minimize this and not even have it on the monitor, you don't need to watch it because there's nothing to watch. It looks like this and it will show you this part, but that's all. So this is something that is that I made to help you with your risk stream. That's all, or your risk management. That's all it is. So how should you do your risk management? Before you even turn on the computer, you ought to know how much you are willing to lose that day and how much money do you want to make. Just because you have a $500 trailing stop don't mean that you trade all day. I would still adhere to about what you want to make a day. So if you had these at $250 and you had this one at $250, you're either going to make $250 or lose $250. That's fine. But what I would do is set this, if you're looking to make $250, I would set this for $1,000 and leave that one at $250. And that way you can trade up to that. And if you get in a big run and it goes up and it hits like $400 or $500, then stop. You don't have to make any more money. Today I made $174.96. The reason I stopped it here is because one, I've got over 4 days worth of profits to pass this because I want to make $500 a day, and I've already got like $2,000 worth. I only need $1,000 per account to pass, and I've still got until I think Tuesday or so, or Wednesday, Tuesday or Wednesday before these go live. So I don't have to make a lot of money, but today there was a lot of issues with Rhythmic. So I just wanted to make one trade, and I did. I made one trade. There was three contracts. It went up, it hit the target, and it closed out, and I never touched it anymore. And I'm done. So this was my risk management. I wanted to make a trade today, and once I made this trade, I was done. It's nowhere near $1,000 target, but that's okay. Under the circumstances, it was the smart thing to do, is just to make a trade and get done and get out. I made money, and that's all that matters. So tomorrow, as long as everything's working good, then I will go ahead and trade these up, and who knows, I may just go ahead and pass them tomorrow to where I can just make the $1,000 per account and be done. But I don't have to. If I only make $400 or $500 or $300, I still have enough time to make the other. And this goes into risk management. You don't, just because you want to make $1,000 today, don't mean you're going to make $1,000. The most important thing is that you don't hit your stop loss. As long as you make money during the day, it don't matter how much it is as long as you make money. To cover the lease, it only takes $65 a day, trading day, to pay for the lease. Anything over $65 is all your money. So if you make $100 and $165 a day, you make $1,000 a month. If you make 265 days, or $265, you make $3,000 a month. So for every 100 over $165 is an extra $2,000 a month. Now, a lot of people come in here and they have a job that's, say, making $150, $200 a day, but when they come in here, they want to make $1,500 a day. Well, why not just start from a lower perspective and just try to learn how to trade, come in, make your $200 a day, and cover how much you make at your regular job. If you make $500, then maybe you want to make $500, or try to cover what you make in your job. That way you can take care of the income that you're making now. You're just trying to cover the income. So most people that trade are trying to trade so they can trade full time and make it to where they can replace the income that they have. And then if they stay consistent with it, eventually leave their job and just be a full-time trader. That's what most people are in here for. So what you want to do is you want to go ahead and start off small. You don't have to have $1,000 target. If you've got 15 accounts like I do here, if I just make $200 a day in each one of these accounts, that's $3,000 a day. If I make $100, that is going to be $1,500 a day. So when you have these multiple accounts, and if you just trade one contract, you don't have to trade 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 contracts. You need to trade small. When you trade small, you have small losses. If you need more money, get more accounts. Or trade more contracts if you have a larger account. You can't trade a 5,000 or well, let's say on ES, you can't have a $2,000 account and trade 2, 3 contracts. You're going to blow your account. Because if you have a bad trade, it's going to be such a huge loss compared to the percentage of the account size that you have that it's almost recoverable. So you have to, a lot of people like in Forex trading and stuff like that trade a 1% account. So if they've got $100,000, they trade, $10,000. Well, in futures, it don't really work that way for the way I trade anyway. But I think that you ought to have, usually 4 times the amount of money in your account to trade. So if you're trading one contract ES, then you ought to have $2,000 in there at least. That's just a general rule of thumb. And if you're trading one contract all the time, you'll have enough money to be able to come out of it if something happens. But if you're trading, 4 contracts, that's $2,000 in it. Let's say you had a $3,000 account. If you mess up on the 4 contracts, Now you're going to have to trade 3 contracts. And then if you're messing up, then it's going to have enough margin where you can trade 2 and then 1. And before you know it, you're going to micros because you just keep blowing your money. So what you have to do is you have to have an account size to be able to trade the amount of contracts you're trading and be able to have plenty of money to where you can come out of it. The worst thing you want to do is get in a trade and then it pull back a little bit, but you know it's going long and you don't have the margin to add another contract to average down in order to come out of that trade. That's the worst thing you'd ever want to be in. You got to have some money in there. As far as a funded account, you have to have the drawdown to be able to come out of it. And, let's say you hit your $500 account today, your stop. If you hit one of your 500s on there or all of them, stop. It's not your day. Come back tomorrow and trade. Don't trade the $500 back. Use the same risk management that you normally do and trade that, hit that goal, and quit. That $500 is gone. You'll never get that $500 back. The only thing, well, I guess you'll get it back, but you're always going to have that day that you lost $500. There may be a day that you're just hitting it real good and the market's moving your way and you might be able to recover that money, but you really never, because that day that you made the money was just profits for that day. I guarantee you that if you make $3,000 a day, but you lost 500 yesterday, you don't go on Discord and say, well, I made $2,500. I guarantee you'll say you made $3,000 because you've already forgot about that loss and moved on. And that's what you have to do. So with your proper risk management, you've got to adhere to the stop loss. The stop loss is the most important part because most people blow accounts because they won't stop. And you've got to stop. If you don't stop, you're just going to keep on resetting accounts and buying new avals, and it's just a never-ending task. You're always going to be spending money so that you can play. These Apex accounts, I treat them as if it is my money because it is. I bought them, and I want to pass them so that I can get PAs and then make money with them. So you have to treat your evaluation accounts just like a live account. You don't go in there and just because you can trade 10 contracts or whatever, that don't mean you trade 10 contracts. All of these accounts right here, the most I've traded is four contracts at one time. And how I did 4 was I added 2 on the entry, and it was going the direction I wanted. I'd add 2 more, and for it to pop up, and then I'd get out. But honestly, most of you should be trading 1 contract in here. Mark trades 1 contract. That's all he trades. And he hits his goals every day. The money that you see that he posts is on 1 contract. He don't go in here and trade 2, 3, 4, 5 contracts. He has, I think, 15 accounts as well. So when you add up 15 accounts at this right here, you get, let me find it here. This account right here, with just only making $175, brings it up to $26.33. That's a day. So why do you need to make more than this? If you only make $50 a day, that's going to be $750. If you just go in here and make 1 trade, make $50, you have all these accounts, that's going to be $750. And that's all you need to do. So that's how your risk management should work, and this is what you should be doing. You all have any questions? Any questions? There's not that many people in here right now because I got delayed. If there's no questions, I'm going to end the stream. Does everybody understand the importance of having this daily stop? This is the most important thing, guys. I mean, this right here is more important than anything I taught you today about entries or anything. You need to understand this more than anything. You're welcome. Yeah, I made this mainly for the trail stop because it helps me too. And what you guys don't understand, I use everything I build. and I build it for me. So you will get the use of what products I build that help me trade. And that's, I don't build this account manager to sell it to people. I don't do that. You all pay one lease, you get everything I build. People come up with ideas about this and that, and if I think it's a great idea, I build it. This was on me. But this right here, having the trailing drawdown, is a saving grace for anybody that uses Apex. And honesty, I've always hated a trailing drawdown with Apex, but quite honestly, they are the smartest ones to do this. And I think if you utilize a tool like this, it's going to help you pass those evaluations because it's going to take you out of the trade. The biggest thing with Apex that I've hated is that when you get in a trade, and if you're in large contracts and it spikes up on you, and then it pulls back real fast, it would blow your account because of you were in the trade too big. So when you're in the trade too big, if you have a stop like this, it may not stop you out at $500. It might hit at 600 or 650, but it sure is better than going to 1500 or 2000. It's not going to be exactly 500 because you have slippage. But if it's not moving that fast coming back, then it's going to be about $500. But if it goes up and then it comes down just as fast as it went up, it might be $600 or $700. Okay, so this right here is the most important tool that you'll ever have. You should have it. Maybe not. It'll come out on the next release then. I thought you all had it. And there was one thing that I fixed that I know you don't have is there is if the stop is at the same place as the trail stop, when your daily stop loss hits, it would exit the trade and then enter a reversal trade. So what I did was if it hits this stop, it will close it out. 2 seconds later, it will flatten again, and 2 seconds later, it will flatten one more time. So it's like instantaneous to where you don't have to go looking for stuff. It will automatically flatten it out twice. So if you exit and there's no open trades and it flattens, nothing happens, and it flattens again, nothing happens. But if it exits and it gets intertwined with the stop that you have on the chart, it will flatten out all the orders, and then 2 seconds later it will do it again. And I put that in there just to make sure that we get stopped out where we should. Because if you got your stop too close to where the daily stop loss is, it will mess up, and there's no way around it. So I put in the 2 second rule. And I know you don't have that one, but the trail stop I thought you all had. So I'm still waiting on, I cannot believe this. It's been 5 weeks I've been waiting on this encryption. And as soon as I get it, then I was supposed to have it last week and then this week. And every day I email him. I've turned him into NinjaTrader and nothing works. So once I get this is going to be a real help for you. The trailing drawdown is one of the best things on the market. I don't know anybody that has this. I've looked trying to buy one or something, and I don't know anybody's got one. I think I'm the only company that has this. But if you have any questions, let me know. I will get this released out as soon as I can. And I guess I'll see you guys tonight. Use this. Be careful if it stops out with the stop limit and the daily stop because it may cause a reversal trade. Just make sure you're watching this over here and that you are watching this right here. This is on Rhythmic. Now, Tradeify, you can't do this. This is only on Rhythmic. But make sure that you're watching that and make sure that you don't get in trouble with it. But I'm going to end the recording now, guys.